This screencast introduces the basic vocabulary of terms while comparing the different ways we store and reference files obtained from the GitHub cloud service. Let's look at this one step at a time. GitHub is the cloud service that stores repositories, or repos for short. Git is a client installed on local machines. If we open a repo we have not been designated as a contributor or member, and we edit that repo, GitHub automatically forks that repository under your personal GitHub account. The original repo we then reference as the upstream remote. Each new fork contains all history of changes up until the fork occurred. If we want a copy of a repo on our local machine and don't want the history of changes, we can click Download Zip for the zip file to be downloaded. After we unzip a new folder, its files are accessible by Mac Finder or Windows File Explorer, as well as IDEs and custom apps to directly access. Pro tip: apps usually have their own default folder, so they have a consistent place to look for assets. So some unzip directly into that default folder. There's always risk of hardware or human failure, so we have traditionally made occasional copies and put them in some archive to fall back to. These backup versions are usually complete copies of entire files. This approach made it difficult to compare differences among different versions. Each IDE may have its own utility to identify and merge differences. Git and GitHub provide a superior approach to both offline backup and analysis of history because it provides higher detail than file-based approaches. The Git client monitors changes in your files down to a single character within each individual file. Git maintains detailed history of those tiny incremental changes. Then Git synchronizes that detail with GitHub cloud servers.